Hello everyone. Sinkholes is a new Dungeoneering D&D minigame that can be played twice daily, and it's definitely worth doing. It's a quite good experience, and it also has a few cosmetic rewards, which is why I'm doing it, because I'm already 200 mil dunge. But I've noticed that a lot of people don't seem to know what they're doing in there, so I thought I'd make a quick little guide and give some tips and hopefully help people out. So first off, when you go in, if it's your first time, you need to pick up gear off of the tables, and I recommend Ranger Mage because of the chain and whatever that multi-shot range one is. Those are incredibly helpful in the dungeons here because you're fighting low-level monsters and you can use chain to hit multiple ones at once. I actually don't think I did it in this video, but as soon as you go in and you start the dungeon, you need to switch on your spell. For some reason it doesn't automatically default you to having it on. So yeah, make sure you set it to just any high level spell. I use Fire Surge here. And so my strategy for going through the dungeon is to go in and pick up the exploratory totems in the rooms as you go through them, and kill the low-level monsters, and just keep rushing through rooms as fast as you can and killing the low-level monsters, and so that'll get you a lot of points. In order to actually deposit the points, you need to collect totems and put them in these treasure chutes, and there are only a few rooms that have treasure chutes. You can take a look on your mini-map to see what they are, but they're often in these rooms with the altar. There's one in the left-hand side of the screen there, as you can see, and so with depositing points, you should do it pretty much whenever possible, because if the resources cap, if your team deposits that many resources, then whatever you deposit on top of that won't count. So it's good to deposit stuff as soon as you can, especially when the resources are close to being capped. Then you should just pretty much keep going and depositing them whenever possible. You also may notice that I have these little cards in my inventory. These are useful after the gameplay sort of part of the minigame is done. There's a reward section where the cards will influence what you can get. And so cards cap out at 5 of them, and you'll learn what the cards do with a bit of experience. It's not really worth just memorizing them off the bat here. But the one thing is that you can only have 5 of them. So if you are if you have 5 of them and some are duplicates, you should destroy the duplicates because you can't play multiples of the same card. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. And so once you're done exploring, you should concentrate on killing monsters and then on collecting resources. And also if a resource patch is glowing, that means you'll get double resources from it, so prioritize those for sure. The only thing left that I can think of about resource collection is just sort of a team thing. Make sure that you don't half-kill monsters, because if you half-kill them and someone else kills it and you forget about picking up the totem, your team can actually just miss the totem completely, and that can make it so that you can't cap out all of your resources, and you'll get a bit less experience for that. It's like, I don't know, 20-25% less, which it's something that can be avoided, so yeah, don't do that. And so that's really it for resource collection. Now I'm going to skip along to the reward screen, and the rewards are dependent on how many resources you collected during the dungeon, or well, how many totems, I suppose, how many points you got from it. And so you'll be teleported into a room when either the timer runs out or when all of your totem things are capped, and you'll be ordered based on how many points you had, with the person who has the most points playing their cards last, which is somewhat helpful in a lot of cases. So in this case I got in first place, so I'm all the way on the left there, and so people are playing cards. That guy, well, you'll learn what the cards do with practice or just by examining a bunch of them. There aren't all that many and it's pretty easy to remember. That guy played a trading mantis, which switched what was in his chest for the person above him, and so that guy did the same thing. And I don't know, most of the cards aren't terribly interesting, it's just switching with people next to you, but there are also a couple quite nice ones. The cloning mosquito duplicates whatever's in the person's chest below you and puts it in your chest, overriding whatever was already in your chest, so that one's really nice. And there's also the preening ibis, which was just played there, and that gets you one of the cosmetic armor pieces, which I'll show later. So yeah, that's pretty cool as well. And probably the best if you're looking for experience is the meerkat card, and what that does is it puts a medium lamp inside of your treasure box there. So if you get in first place and you get the huge lamp and you use a meerkat scroll for the medium lamp, you'll end up getting 100 and I think it's like 170k dungeoneering experience for one dungeon if you're already at level 120. So that's quite amazing. That's a ton of experience, and the whole minigame only takes like 8 or 9 minutes if you include the time to get there and to to go through the whole thing. So it's quite good experience, almost definitely worth it. And so besides the experience rewards, I have on screen here some of the cosmetic rewards. And so this one is the Horde Stalker set, and you get these pieces just from the Preening Ibis cards. It looks sort of odd. The plate body is very, very bright. I think that's probably just my computer with the bloom effect on it, although I don't know why it's showing up in the orb, because most bloom effects don't show up in the Orb of Oculus. And then this set is actually from the Squeal of Fortune, and it is the Ramaki set, and so it's sort of the combat guy from Dungeoneering, whereas the Horde Stalker is the one who collects resources, sort of the skiller. And so it can be recolored. Purple is not the default color, but it looks decent like that. So thanks to Chum for modeling that set. There were actually quite a lot of people who messaged me, probably like 10 or 11 on YouTube. Sorry I didn't message everyone back. But yeah, that's it for this video. I hope it helped some of you guys with Sinkholes, and thanks for watching.